Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on. And as it is the 18th of July, we are going to be watching Quo Vadis from 1951, directed by Mervyn LeRoy and starring Robert Taylor. So when I looked up this poster and saw the cast that was involved with it and saw a couple of images from the movie, because I wasn't really sure what this movie was, a lot of it looked kind of familiar. Now, it might have been that I've seen either clips of this movie or obviously pictures and whatnot from it, but it did seem familiar, and the idea of it is very not foreign to me. But to be completely honest, this is probably the first time that I've actually seen this entirety movie for its complete run. There's a chance that I might have seen it on one of those Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon movies, but probably getting completely chopped up, scenes missing, and with commercial breaks, because again, near 3 hours is going to be longer, even more so than usually a block that they have set aside for a movie on a weekend afternoon. That being said, not only does this movie star Robert Taylor, but it also stars Deborah Kerr, Leo Genn, Peter Ustinov, Patricia Laffin, Finley Curry, Abraham Sofir, Marina Berti, and Buddy Baer. Returning from a military campaign abroad, General Marcus Viticus, played by Robert Taylor, discovers that a new religion has taken hold in Rome, Christianity. When Viticus encounters Lygra, played by Deborah Kerr, a follower of the strange religion, he quickly becomes smitten and tries to win her affections. Lygaria is reluctant due to her different beliefs. Complicating matters in this is the crazed Emperor Nero, played by Peter Ustinov, who blames the Christians for his own burning of Rome, beginning a wave of persecution. So there were scenes that played out that I definitely remember seeing. Now, again, I don't know if I had seen either a television edited version of this movie or just seen scenes, because there's a lot of really epic sequencing going on. It's the end of the 40s, beginning of the 50s. This is the big epic sort of bombastic movies that we are getting for this time. We're centering around the creation of, or the beginning of, Christianity after the passing of Jesus. This movie taking place about 30 years past that point, but it is very epic in its scale. Again, we're dealing with a movie with thousands of extras and wonderfully huge giant set pieces are built from nothing in the middle of the unused area in California at the time. We're dealing with huge character actors that sometimes seem very stilted in their performances, especially Robert Taylor himself. I find out information a little later on that's his style of acting. That's the way he acted. That's throughout his career, which is understandable. That's what you wanted. That's what you get. But other characters around him seem to work to that level as well. It's very theatrical. It's the parody. It's the actual version that when you're parodying this type of movie is what you do. And it's perfect for him. But a breath of amazement is Peter Ustinov with this over-the-top version of Nero, Emperor Nero, and it's just so heart-swellingly delightful to watch him playing this character. And he is very playful, very childlike, very temperamental, but so fluid as well, completely opposite to Robert Taylor's acting and all that. But then we're also dealing with early blue screen effects. We have this great chariot chases and whatnot, and then we insert the actor into a blue screened background, which is fascinating to see this early in the process. We have great rear screen projections when we're dealing with this devastating fire that topples an entire city upon its population. We have great miniature working between practical effects and, again,
giant sets that are lit on fire as actors are like rushing past it and all that sort of thing. So it's just a wonderment to watch, and a great example of this type of movie that was only made up until a certain point, because certain laws would come into effect, realizing that you can't really put your actors or your cast into such perils as they definitely seem like they are in certain sequences. So at one point, Emperor Nero wants to re-Rome in a new version that he has, and what he does is he basically sets the old Rome on fire, and that fire is early in the mornings of July 18th, 64 AD, which is about an hour and 26 minutes into this 2 hour and 51-minute movie. And when it came to the Academy Awards for that particular season, it actually ended up getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor for both Leo Genn and Peter Ustinov, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Original Music Score, and Best Picture. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular episode and look off into the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow, which is July 19th, and that is going to be Lady Jane from 1986. So until next time, go see a movie.